You know, today is a miracle in my life.
How are you feeling right now?
It feels kind of mysterious. This is definitely a treat. What a blessing. It really is a blessing. When I was a kid, I asked, what happened to my dad? And what I heard was that when my mom was 7 months pregnant with me, my dad committed suicide. And so I completely had that in my head. So throughout, my school years, people say, "Hey, where's your dad?" And I said, "I don't have a dad."
Yeah.
Oh, this is oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow. Daisy. Yes, you're my dad.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
When he saw it on the computer, he goes, I have a son, so call me up.
And so I completely had that in my head. So throughout, my school years, people say, "Hey, where's your dad?" And I said, "I don't have a dad." And they say, "Well, where is he?" And I said, "My dad committed suicide." And I heard more and more people saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And I said, "Well, it doesn't, I don't know what a dad is." And I just accepted it.
This is amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is.
It's a miracle,
Wow.
isn't it?
It is a miracle.
Yes. Well, I think about a year ago, I had a couple friends that said, "Hey, have you ever tried 23andMe?" And I said, "What's 23andMe?" And I kind of started learning about it. And they say, "Yeah, you do a DNA test and you can find all your relatives." So it kind of caught my interest. I said, "Wow, nobody's ever talked about my dad in my, in my family." It was sort of a hush hush. People didn't really talk too much about it. So I said, well, it might be fun to find out some of my dad's side of the family, because his life.
23andMe, my daughter bought for Christmas and give it to me as a Christmas gift. So I said, great, I'll have a look. So I knew where my family was from, as I come from England. So I go on to 23andMe and it says, I have a son. And I'm flabbergasted. I totally don't know what to say or do. And my daughter called and said, I found Stephen on Facebook. And is it okay? Because I have two beautiful daughters, but they check in with their dad. Is it okay if we kind of try to contact him? So I give my permission, and both daughters started on the crusade to talk to Stephen.
And just 2 days ago, I got another message from Facebook from I found out a sister saying that we need to get a hold of each other because I'm your sister. And now when she says sister, I said, wow, this is, I better get a hold of this. What, a sister? This doesn't make sense. And so sure enough, she said, can we talk? And we had a conversation on the phone. And she said, yes, I'm your sister. You have a dad and he's alive. And I just had chills all through my body saying, really?
I look at this and it says Stephen. Now Stephen is the name I was going to call my son. And Sandra turned out to be a daughter, but if she'd have turned out to be a boy, it would have been Stephen. So I'm just shocked at the whole scene of having a son. I had no concept, no idea. I'm 79 years old, and out of the blue, this just falls, not in my lap. He's a little too big for that, but it just comes,
The next thing I was on the phone, and we're having a conversation, and I have a dad, and it's the most amazing thing ever because I never would expect it ever.
And then I get a call from Stephen, and it's a miracle. It's just out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, I have a son. And where has he been all my life? Literally, where was he?
I've always worked really hard my whole entire life, and maybe it's time in my life now to receive gifts, and this has been a big gift. And now today I got to meet my dad for the first time. I love you too.
Awesome.
I love this. The whole thing.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I actually bought some flowers and I wrote dad, and it was the first time I ever wrote dad. And it kind of felt weird, like dad. And so it's been an amazing time. So I am truly blessed. I was in the shower, my mind started thinking, I said, gosh, you know, I love that Monarch Beach Resort, and you know, we're always here. I'm here a lot at this resort. And I said, wouldn't it be a wonderful time to maybe invite him to this beautiful resort here? And the reason I thought of it, because I have a really great thought with my mom. And before she passed away, we were on a beautiful resort in the beach, and I thought, wow, that's a wonderful time. So I kind of wanted to have that experience and invite him to be on the ocean right here, and one of my favorite places in the world. And yeah, so we're here. It's been amazing. Yeah, of course, nervous, not knowing what to think, and just seeing them was just a miracle. And I love what you said, Dad, about yeah, we have the same thinking. I mean, I could already know that, and it's like we've been linked. Even though we haven't been in each other's life, I think we've been together.
Yes, you know, it feels so right.
It really does, yeah.
I'm amazed. It's so amazing. You were my thought of you as me.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
It's just beyond anything in my life.
I woke up early. I think it was yesterday around 6 a.m. and I kind of just cried, and the reason was, it was more of a cry of letting go and a joy of just knowing like where I came from. Maybe that DNA and my thinking, it kind of was a little tiny piece of a puzzle that kind of came back into my life. So, and I never would think of myself sitting here sharing this story. This is like so out of it. It's like,
Isn't this something?
what a wonderful life.
Isn't this something? Yes, I believe my house is full. You know, it's just full. But what I see is a source of love. And I do see that source of love.
yeah.
And you're my kid.
Well, thank you. You're
So,
my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that bring?
Yeah.
It's astounding. 2 days ago, I had no concept of this. Right now, I'm sitting right next to my son.
Yeah. But I think both of us realize that all we have is now.
Now.
It's so meant to be.
Yeah,
It's so
I can
meant to be.
feel
I
it.
can feel it. It's like
Can
so.
you?
Yeah. It's like I've been looking for you all my life.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know that I was looking for anybody.
My thought is just what a miracle life is.